Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something pretty mind-bending, honestly. This idea that maybe a kid born today will never be smarter than AI.
Right.
And it's not, some far-off sci-fi thing anymore. It feels like it's happening right now, this huge tech shift.
It really does.
So our mission today is to unpack what OpenAI is planning. We've looked at insights from their CEO, Sam Altman, conversations he had with Cleo Abram, Theo Vaughn, and also some background on OpenAI's history from Magnets Media.
Yeah, a good mix of sources.
We'll cover, what GPT-5 might do right now, the big goal of superintelligence, the hurdles in actually building it, and what it all means for you, for jobs, truth, maybe even human purpose. Let's jump in.
Okay, and I think it's important to start with just how fast things are moving. Sam Altman has this really powerful quote about GPT-4. The one that already beats, 90% of humans on big tests, SAT, self-eds, coding, even medical exams.
Yeah, it's already incredibly capable.
Right. Well, he says GPT-4 is the dumbest model any of us will ever have to use again.
Huh. Wow. Okay, that's quite a statement. Puts things in perspective.
It really does. Highlights the acceleration.
So if GPT-4 is already that good, but it's the dumbest, what's the leap with GPT-5 right now? What makes it different?
Well, Altman calls GPT-5 quite remarkable, especially, he says, for answering any hard scientific or technical question.
Okay.
But, to really get a feel for it, he told this story about making the game Snake on an old TI-83 calculator. Remember those?
Oh, yes. Spent hours on that.
Exactly. He said it took him ages as a kid. So he asked an early GPT-5 to do it. 7 seconds. A perfect Snake game. In 7 seconds.
7 seconds. That's wild. But it gets crazier, right?
Totally. Because then he just started, throwing ideas at it, crazy features, make it do this, change the look, add this weird rule, and the AI just did it instantly.
Right.
That's the thing he emphasized. It's not just Q&A. It's on-demand, almost instant software creation. That's the GPT-5 era, he thinks.
Okay, that's a fundamental shift. More than just better answers.
Exactly. And it apparently comes with big jumps in coding and writing quality, too. Maybe still some little quirks, like using too many M-dashes or whatever.
Ah, yeah, the little tells.
But generally, much less of that AI slop people talk about. Means you can give it complex ideas and it can make a computer do really intricate stuff based on them.
That sounds incredibly powerful. But does it, make us lazy? Is it an escape hatch for thinking?
Yeah, that's the worry, isn't it?
Yeah.
The time under tension thing.
Yeah.
Altman's hope, though, is the opposite. He hopes it pushes people to stretch their brain, achieve more. He mentioned that the top 5% of most engaged users seem to be using it exactly that way, to push boundaries, not to slack off. Augmenting thought, not replacing it.
That's an optimistic view. I hope he's right. Okay, so let's look further out, beyond GPT-5 towards superintelligence.
Right, and Patrick Collison from Stripe asked Altman this great question. When will an LLM make a real significant scientific discovery? Not math, not AlphaFold style stuff, but something new.
Yeah, like a genuine breakthrough. What was the prediction?
Altman thinks most people will agree it's happened within the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So sometime between early 2025 and late 2027.
2 years? That's incredibly soon. What's the missing piece right now, then?
He calls it the cognitive power gap. So AI is already superhuman on, say, 1-minute tasks.
Okay.
But things that take deep, sustained effort, like a mathematician proving a theorem over maybe 1,000 hours, or a scientist designing some complex real-world experiment, that's the gap.
Ah, the 1,000-hour tasks.
Exactly. And maybe getting there isn't just about thinking harder with the data we have. Maybe AI needs to, design new tools, run actual experiments out in the physical world, the messy stuff.
So it needs to interact more, get its hands dirty, metaphorically speaking.
Sort of, yeah, which leads to how OpenAI defines superintelligence.
Right. What does that term actually mean to them? It sounds so sci-fi.
Well, for them, it means a system that could do AI research better than their whole research team combined.
Wow.
Or maybe even run OpenAI better than Sam Altman himself. That level of general capability. And yeah, just a few years back, that definitely sounded like pure science fiction.
The pace is just staggering. Okay, but this brings up other huge questions, like Jensen Huang, NVIDIA's CEO, asked about truth. How can one AI know the truth for everyone, everywhere, when truth is so subjective?
That's a huge philosophical question, right? Altman admitted he was surprised how well AI can adapt. Using enhanced memory, it seems to get pretty fluent with different cultures, different individuals. So he sees one core fundamental model being used globally, but then personalized with specific context. It's not about one objective truth, but an AI that understands many subjective ones.
That personalization is key then, which probably affects how we see reality itself. Let's say, fast forward to 2030, we've got AI making videos like those bunnies on trampolines
Yeah,
things.
totally synthetic content.
I don't even know what's real anymore.
Altman's take is kind of like, the line's just going to keep blurring. Think about smartphone photos. Now they're heavily AI processed, but we accept them as real enough.
True.
He thinks it becomes sort of an education question. Society just has to adjust its understanding of what real means in media. It's always been a mix, right? This just speeds it up.
A societal adjustment. Okay, let's talk jobs. There was that prediction, pretty stark. Half of the entry-level white-collar workforce replaced by AI in 5 years. How does Altman see that playing out?
He does acknowledge, yeah, some jobs will totally go away, no question. But he's actually pretty optimistic, especially about young people adapting.
Really?
Yeah, he called a college grad today the luckiest kid in all of history.
Yeah.
Because the tools let you, potentially, start a one-person company that could be worth $1 billion. It empowers individual creation like never before.
A billion-dollar one-person company. That's a bold claim. And this empowerment, it must touch other areas, too. Like health, what's the vision there, say, by 2035?
He sees GPT-5 offering much better health advice. Soon, more accurate, fewer errors or hallucinations.
Okay, that's good.
But looking further out, like a GPT-8, he imagines it actively directing cures, telling lab techs what to synthesize, guiding human trials for specific cancers, really doing the science.
Wow, not just advising, but directing the research.
Yeah. He thinks that direct impact on health, on curing diseases, will be one of the most viscerally felt benefits of AI. It changes everything for human well-being.
That kind of deep change, it's why people bring up the Industrial Revolution comparison, isn't it?
Exactly. But Ullman says think 10 times bigger and 10 times faster.
Oh.
So, yeah. We're in uncharted waters. Society's been resilient before, but this speed, this scale, it needs, as he put it, an unusual degree of humility and openness to considering new solutions.
New solutions, like how society itself is structured. If AI generates all this wealth and changes work so much, what about the social contract?
Right. He talked about maybe needing something like universal basic wealth instead of just universal basic income.
Universal basic wealth. How does that work?
The idea is instead of just cash, everyone gets like an ownership share in the actual AI compute capacity. Maybe a slice of the world's AI capacity, like getting 1 trillion tokens a year.
Tokens, not
Now,
knowledge.
tokens you could use yourself to run AI tasks, start things, maybe sell them or pool them with others. It's about giving people direct access and agency in this new economy, not just a handout.
Interesting concept. A stake in the means of computation, almost. But what about the deeper stuff? The worry that AI just takes away our purpose. If it can do everything better, what's left for humans?
That's a huge anxiety, for sure. Altman's view is that fundamentally humans are obsessed with other people, with stories, with creativity, with being useful to each other. He believes that even with super powerful AI, we'll find ways to make ourselves the main characters in our own stories. AI becomes a tool, a companion maybe, but it doesn't replace that core human drive to connect and create meaning.
A hopeful thought. We'll find our place. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about the actual building blocks, the scaffolding of AI. What are the real practical challenges to getting to superintelligence?
He breaks it down into 4 main bottlenecks, limiting factors. There's compute, data, algorithmic design, and then actually turning science into products to build.
Okay, 4 things. Compute seems obvious, more power needed.
Massive amounts. He calls it the biggest infrastructure project ever. Building mega data centers, needing billions of GPUs. And the real choke point there, energy, gigawatts of power.
Just sheer power demand. Okay, what about data? Don't we have enough text and images already?
We're kind of hitting limits there, yeah. Models now need to learn things that don't exist in any data set yet.
Like what?
Like new scientific principles. So the focus is shifting towards synthetic data generated by AI and systems that can actively discover new things, form hypotheses, test them like a scientist would, generating knowledge, not just regurgitating it.
So AI needs to become a scientist itself, in a way, and the algorithms, the actual code.
Yeah, algorithmic design is crucial. We've had huge breakthroughs like the GPT paradigm, the reasoning paradigm. He pointed to a recent open source model, GPOSS.
GPOSS.
Right. Apparently, it's as smart as GPT-4 Mini, but you can run it on a laptop.
Wow, really?
Yeah, which shows, he thinks, that there are still many more orders of magnitudes of algorithmic gains ahead. It's not just about bigger hardware or more data. Smarter software design is key.
Got it. Compute, data, algorithms, products, that's the roadmap. Now, OpenAI itself, it's had quite a journey, hasn't it? Not exactly a straight line.
Oh, definitely not. It started in 2015, remember, as a nonprofit. Elon Musk, Sam Altman, others.
Yeah.
The big idea was building AI safely, openly for everyone as an alternative to, say, Google.
Right, the open part was key.
It was. Ironically, though, Google engineers actually invented the core transformer tech in 2017 that GPT is based on.
Yeah.
But Google was maybe a bit cautious, maybe tied to its business model, and OpenAI just ran with it.
Interesting. And then came the pivots.
Yeah. First big one was GPT-2. They decided not to release the full model, saying it was too dangerous to make public. It was a big shift away from open.
The closed AI moment, some called it.
Pretty much. Then Elon Musk left, apparently wanted more control, and to get the massive funding needed, they restructured into a for-profit company, getting that big investment from Microsoft.
Which enabled ChatGPT.
Exactly. Which launched in late 2022 and just exploded. 100 million users in 2 months, even though internally they knew it had issues, those hallucinations.
Right.
And that whole crazy drama last year, November 2023.
Oh.
Altman getting fired by the board.
Oh, yeah, that was wild. 5 days of chaos.
Total chaos. Accusations about lack of candor, side projects.
Yeah.
Then the employees basically revolted, keyboard members flipped, and he was back.
Yeah.
It really showed the intense pressures and power struggles inside.
Yeah, high stakes. And beyond the internal stuff, just having this powerful tech raises huge societal issues, right?
Absolutely. Just the concentration of power. Altman himself said a small tweet to a model could impact billions of conversations a day. That's a lot of influence.
Understatement. And privacy.
Huge concern. People tell AI incredibly personal things. He argues there's an urgent need for some kind of legal privilege, like doctor-patient confidentiality, for those conversations.
Makes sense. What about mental health impacts?
It's complicated. He mentioned the sick and see issue early on, models being too flattering, maybe feeding delusions.
Yikes.
But then he also heard from users who found the AI incredibly supportive, even parent-like, in ways they hadn't found elsewhere. So it cuts both ways. Really complex.
And then there are the classic worries. Surveillance, bias.
Yeah, concerns that more powerful AI could enable more government surveillance, and the ongoing challenge of making sure the AI is a responsible, neutral party, not biased. Plus, the background hum of existential risk.
But it could kill us all scenario.
Some builders genuinely worry about that. Altman acknowledges it, but puts the odds of amazing outcomes at like 99% subtil. That 1% is something.
Wow, okay. We have covered a lot of ground here, from GPT-5 making games in seconds to this huge, challenging quest for superintelligence,
Right.
navigating these massive societal shifts in work, truth, purpose, and then peeling back the layers on how it's built, OpenAI's roller coaster history,
Right.
the ethical minefields. It's overwhelming, almost.
It really is. The progress is stunning, the goals are astronomical, and the challenges are, well, profound.
So given all that, what's the takeaway? What's Altman's main advice for, regular people trying to navigate this?
His core tactical advice is pretty simple. Just
Okay.
use the tools.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Get familiar.
Yeah.
Go beyond just using it like a search engine. Really understand what it can do, its limits, its strengths. Get fluent with it. See how it can help you create and be more productive.
Okay. Get hands-on. That makes sense. So as we wrap up this deep dives, here's a thought to maybe leave you with. We're definitely in uncharted waters. The scale, the speed, it's intimidating. But maybe the beauty of society, of humanity, is how we build this scaffolding together, piece by piece.
Yeah.
And maybe AI isn't replacing us, but becoming another layer in that incredible complex structure we've always collectively built. And it's our distributed human ingenuity, our creativity, that ultimately shapes how that layer gets used. The question is, what new layers will you add